Yes, I know. Sabo is incredibly powerful, and no one disagrees with that, but I think facing the five elders and Imu-sama together was a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think? Cobra realized the mess he got himself into. The guy is literally standing in front of the elders and Imu-sama. But now, he knows there shouldn't have been anyone on the empty throne. After all, it can't even be called empty anymore. Imu-sama says he's going to tell King Cobra two big secrets and, in return, he'll ask him only one question. King Cobra tries to find out who Imu-sama really is since that name sounds familiar to him. However, he can't believe anyone could live that long. But Imu-sama shuts him down, saying that Cobra's time of relevance ended years ago. Still, Imu-sama will grant him the answer to his million-dollar question: what is the meaning behind the name D? According to Imu-sama, the D are those troublemakers who always stick their noses where they don't belong, against him. And, both in the past and now, these Ds keep popping up in random places. They're just a bunch of fools who don't even understand the weight that this letter carries in their names. He then explains that the D is connected to a blunder made by Queen Lily 800 years ago, which has significance for both those who study the Void Century, like Robin's brilliant mother, and those sneaky pirates constantly searching for poneglyphs and treasure. If it weren't for Queen Lily's mistake, the poneglyphs wouldn't have been scattered around the world. But here's a theory. Did she really spread them by accident? Or did she plan this all along? Oh, hold up, everyone. He just took a deep breath. Imu-sama says the answer to all of this lies in the letter Queen Lily sent to Alabasta. King Cobra only calls her Queen Lily of Alabasta, but there's something off about that. Imu-sama demands that King Cobra tell him her true name. Cobra, already more distressed than me on a crowded bus, realizes he's not getting out of there alive, not even if Oda wants him to. And the elders made this clear from the start. They should have put this much pressure on those who forget to like the video. King Cobra even asks if he lies on his way out, can he survive? But the elders tell him that seeing Imu-sama meant he was never leaving alive to begin with. The guy's going to have a heart attack at this rate. Cobra, it's game over for you this time. But Sabo's there, hiding in the shadows, listening to everything, noting that the stench of trouble is so intense you can smell it from outside. Cobra, who has accepted his fate, tells Imu-sama that the name written and signed on the letter by Queen Lily is Nefertari D. Lily. This time, even Imu-sama is surprised. He personally takes care of King Cobra. At least his suffering is ending. He wasn't getting out of there alive anyway. Damn, Sabo was late. The guy is too cool, though, arriving just in time to hit them with a katon. He attacks Imu-sama head-on, who merely swallows the fire Sabo threw at him. Now that Sabo's cover is blown and the big boss is angry, things get wild. Imu-sama transforms into some bizarre form, and the other elders jump into the fight. Sabo, you're in deep trouble now, man. He admits that the plan was to eliminate everyone, but he didn't expect someone to be on the empty throne. Is that because of the name? Meanwhile, as King Cobra agonizes on the ground, still alive, a Denden Mushi snaps a photo of the exact moment Sabo is about to get caught. I've never seen someone as unlucky as Sabo. But with what strength he has left, King Cobra asks if Sabo is Luffy's brother since it doesn't make much sense for a revolutionary to help him. Sabo explains that he's only after corrupt kings and those who think they're above justice, and he asks how Cobra knows Luffy. King Cobra says Luffy saved him in the past. Take that as a hint to arrive on time next time, Sabo. But Sabo is determined to get King Cobra out of there to treat his injuries. I think he forgot he's in Imu-sama's presence. Plus, the elders are all closing in on him. King Cobra then asks Sabo to use him as bait to escape, saying it's only a matter of minutes before he dies anyway. But Sabo refuses, determined to save him, saying that since Luffy saved him, so would he. Cobra explains that Sabo can't die there because he needs to tell Luffy and Vivi the importance of the D in their names. When King Cobra mentions the name D, Sabo recalls a childhood memory of when he asked Ace a question, but was interrupted by Luffy and his huge appetite. Luffy, you bottomless pit, making me hungry now too. Sabo then asks Ace, isn't it strange that, even though you're not brothers, you both have D in your names? Monkey D. Luffy and Portgas D. Ace. Only after Sabo asks this do they realize the significance. Ace then jokingly asks if Sabo wants a D in his name too, and Luffy calls him Sa D. Bo, cutting his name in half. The joke was so bad, it ended up being good. As King Cobra says he knows what Alabasta must do, the shadows of evil continue to chase them. It seems like they're trapped in a maze they can never escape. Imu-sama then launches a devastating attack at them, but Sabo dodges it beautifully. He just didn't expect it to follow him and brutally pierce his body. He even drops King Cobra to the ground. As Imu-sama approaches, in his final moments, King Cobra starts speaking in code and once again says the name Nefertari D. Lily to Sabo, asking him to leave. This time, Sabo has no choice but to flee, completely beaten up, while King Cobra meets his end at the hands of Imu-sama. With King Cobra lifeless on the ground, the elders go to check if he's really dead. After all, this is One Piece, you've got to check. Someone's been eavesdropping and the elders ask, "Who's there?" Wapol, terrified out of his mind, blurts out, "Another cat!" and bolts away, knowing full well he's seen something he shouldn't have. Run, my friend, run, because you're next. If you stop running, you're done for. He even rolls down the stairs to escape faster, accidentally smashing his face into the wall. The guards catch him without realizing who he is, but once they see it's Wapol, they relax. But Wapol is completely freaked out, while the guards are just confused and say they'll take him to the room. Wapol wants nothing to do with staying there. Meanwhile, the other kings are waiting for King Cobra and Wapol to arrive for the meeting. But as we know, that's not going to happen. So, they decide to start without them, since if they wait any longer, there'll be no meeting at all. King Nose thinks King Cobra was exhausted. Well, if he was tired, now he's resting peacefully. I wouldn't go anywhere near that king right now. But this one, I'd totally make him my father-in-law. Speaking of his daughter, we see a jester trying to cheer her up, and her brother says the meeting is about to end and they should leave before things go wrong again. But she says she wants to talk to Vivi before they go. Too bad that won't happen, as she's been tied up by CP0. Heavenly Princess. She demands to be released, saying it's a violation of her rights. The wolf tells her to relax because they'll let her go soon, while the four-eyed woman says no one's letting her go, and she'll simply disappear and become someone's pet. By the way, whoever subscribes to the channel will receive a Vivi in the mail. The hair guy notices someone cheating at poker, and the ox guy realizes it's Big Mouth using his glasses to cheat. Vivi even asks about Shirahoshi, but CP0 tells her to mind her own business, saying the mermaid princess is fine, they just tried to turn her into a pet too, but no big deal. Then they mention the heroes who took down the celestial dragons. I know the queen took center stage, and Gugu there is disappointed by it. They defeated the entire mess and took pride in it. Back at Mariehua, Hashirama is mad at the blind guy for helping the slaves escape. While getting ready to knock some sense into him, Hashirama asks if the blind guy has lost his mind. But the blind guy says the real blind person is the one who refuses to see the truth. Hashirama gets even more pissed off, saying all he had to do was follow the Marines' orders, and that would have been enough. The blind guy isn't exactly on board with how the Marines are handling things, and with Hashirama's short temper, he kicks things up a notch, transforming and attacking the blind guy. Not that it makes much difference to him, right? Wolfie is tired of all this chaos. Vivi is now worried she'll become a subscriber's pet. But suddenly, there's a series of crashes. Turns out it seems like the tension just keeps rising, doesn't it? Imu-sama finally revealing their plans and secrets, King Cobra sacrificing himself for the greater good, and Sabo, once again, proving he's a true hero, willing to face the darkest forces of the world government. With all of this unfolding, the plot only gets thicker and more intriguing. Every detail of this battle carries enormous weight for the future of the story, and the mystery surrounding the D initial and Queen Lily will undoubtedly shake everything we know about the Void Century. Now, with Sabo trying to escape and the elders preparing to make their next move, the fate of the world hangs in the balance. And let's not forget, Wapol is now on the run with Vivi. This bizarre twist adds a bit of humor, but it's also packed with suspense, because the stakes couldn't be higher. Sabo needs to survive to tell Luffy and Vivi the truth about their shared legacy, while the revolutionaries have their hands full with the chaos brewing in Mariehua. In the next episode, we'll see the fallout from King Cobra's death, and the elders won't be sitting idly by. The fate of nations could very well depend on what happens next. And that's where we leave it for now. If you stuck around until the end, you're a true crewmate. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. There's plenty more to explore. Until next time. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.